Welcome to my latest exhibition titled Resemblance. The collection explores themes of fertility, growing new life, and the rebirth of oneself through the experience of motherhood. It is a very personal show for me as I gave birth to my daughter around this time last year, and this is my first collection of works since she was born. I hope you enjoy viewing these 14 artworks within Jericho Contemporary. The title of the show and theme of the collection is framed around the notion that we gain a deeper understanding of our own selves through seeing and recognising a resemblance to ourselves in someone else. It is quite awe-inspiring to see your features, like your eyes or your hands, reflected back to you in your child, and I'm ever curious about the quite transcendent shift from a singular self or a singular existence to mother, wherein you're entirely responsible for the well-being of this little person. I've always been interested in what defines an autonomous and absolute woman, even more so now that I've experienced the physical process of pregnancy, birth and new motherhood. I think for many women, the surface of our bodies has had to become our armour to the outside world, so in that sense I'm deeply curious about the distinction between the exterior and interior self, or the private and the public self, and the consequent mapping of our own body's boundaries. The way in which the formless matter of the female psyche has to be contained within our own physical bodies due to the expectations and conventions of contemporary society. When working on any given collection, I love to get into the studio early before the day has a chance to steal my focus from the paintings in front of me. I always listen to music when I'm working to drain out background noise and allow me to really enter into the creative process without distraction. In reference to the colours I use in my works, I've always felt drawn to working with a very restrained colour palette of neutral earthy tones alongside a rich and inky black or blue. I've then combined this palette with a deep consideration for the line and composition that makes up each artwork. Fluidity of form and heroic silhouettes loom large on my canvases in what I hope to be both a substantial yet tender light, emanating a nuanced reading of femininity. Between these moments is a tribute to my love of the curved line and the quiet, tender moments between mother and child. In a rich palette of earthy clay tones, I hope this painting embodies a feeling of tenderness and calm, like the comfort of a mother's embrace. The surface of her looks to the female silhouette, which is something I regularly play with within my art practice. I'm drawn to bold, curvaceous, womanly forms, and I like the process of reworking and reducing the body to its most essential form in order to heighten its expressive power. These bodily forms I paint are exaggerated and enlarged within the boundaries of the canvas, and I like to think these painted women could break free from the constraints of the framing altogether, allowing their curves to take up even more space without apology. The forms I create on the canvas tend to hover somewhere between figuration and abstraction, and I think my painting This Skin I'm In is a good representation of this in my practice. I tend to work with a highly reductive process, simplifying form and subtracting lines in an attempt to create a visual language that challenges the traditional female nude and speaks more directly to the contemporary female experience. Ultimately, I'm interested in offering an alternative representation of womanhood and personal identity, and although my works are quite minimal, I hope they embody a sense of sensuality and vitality. The title of this painting is really a reference and celebration of empowered, confident, genuine women that are truly comfortable within themselves to be exactly who they are, without fear or shame. Sitting Still draws on the notion that a woman's body can be this incredible vessel for new life. Although much of my work draws inspiration from the contours that make up the female silhouette, I also have a great love of ceramic objects and have referenced these often in both my paintings and drawings. I think there are these beautiful parallels between the curves of a woman and the curves you might find in ceramic vessels like a vase or a pot, and I love to explore this relationship. There are two other works in the exhibition that explore this theme, titled Her Shadow and The Blushing Light, that also use these rich earthy clay tones. Thank you so much for viewing the show. I hope you get a chance to explore it a little bit more in depth on Jericho Contemporary.